just take a minute.
All right, let's go on the record. Real quick. Let me go on the record, please. We're outside the presence of any jurors, and we have the witness. I'm sorry, I forgot your name.
O'Donnell?
Yes, Mr. O'Donnell, thank you. And we're going to admit 2 exhibits, is that right, Ms. Madsen?
I'm not sure. You're going to have to tell me what's in there.
Open it.
Judge, can you pause 1 second? The defendant's not in here.
Oh, it used to be. Gun escape.
Okay. Do you want me to sign that? I want to admit the gun tonight.
The gun from Mr. Rosales.
The gun from the stolen vehicle. The gun, the magazine, and
Stolen gun.
yes. I don't know what else to call it.
Right, there's only one way.
Journey. Right.
All right. Y'all ready? Are you marking stuff?
Nobody's nominated.
All right, we are outside the presence of the jury. Ms. Madsen's going to admit certain evidence. Ms. Madsen, go ahead. Y'all can be seated if you want to.
Oh, Judge, since the record has me saying the defendant's not present, can it reflect that he's now present?
Yes, sir. Defendant is present. Thank you. Mr. Gladden.
Defense would offer defense exhibit number 31, the holster that was removed from the passenger floorboard of the stolen vehicle, and defense exhibit number 32, the gun and the magazine that were removed from the stolen vehicle.
They're admitted. Y'all remind me to do that first thing in the morning in front of the jurors, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
They're admitted. Thank you. And with that, call your next witness, please.
Judge, I need to sign his sheet so he can leave.
All right. Come on up here. Mr. Partain, is it?
Yes, sir.
Hang on just a second. As soon as we get, well, you can just be right there. What I mean is she's doing some administrative things. As soon as she's done with the administrative things, we're going to have a very succinct offer of proof and a very succinct cross-examination.
So,
That one is for the post.
okay.
Just check the ones.
Which one am I taking? Thank you. This is it? That's both together? Thank you.
Take your time. I know
I'm trying
that-
to just not mix it up. I
Yeah,
think all
no.
my stuff's mixed up. Yes, sir.
Need a minute? You're good.
No, I'm good.
Whenever you're ready.
I'm ready, Judge.
All right, back on the record, the defendant is present, as well as the attorneys for the state and the defense. We have a witness here. Sir, if you would please raise your right hand. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, please have a seat. You'll be responding to questions from Mr. Lewis and then, I believe, Mrs. Madsen or Mr. Harris? Ms. Madsen. All right, very good. Go ahead.
Thank you. Please state your name, sir, and spell it for the court reporter.
I'm Mark Partain, M-A-R-K-P-A-R-T-A-I-N.
Mr. Partain, how are you employed?
I've been employed for approximately 20 years with EI Consultants in Fayetteville. I got involved with this case. I was acquainted with Mark Johnson through some work that we do with a company called Faro. It's they sell mostly scanners. I met him a number of years ago. He referred me to this case, and I felt like
Pull that microphone up maybe. a little
Yes,
bit.
ma'am.
Yes, thank
Sorry,
you so much.
I didn't know.
That's okay.
Mark referred me to this case. I felt like I could help out, and so I agreed to consult with him on this case.
And what is your job? What do you do?
Well, for the past 20 years, I've worked in the field of accident and reconstruction. I've had the opportunity to work with several good testifying experts. I provided the background information analysis for these guys. Recently, they've sort of encouraged me to start presenting my own work, And through this opportunity with Mark Johnson, I decided to do this case. This will be my first trial. I gave a deposition back in, I think, 2018.
Okay, so your field of expertise is accident reconstruction, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is your educational background?
I've got a bachelor's and a master's degree in industrial engineering from the University of Arkansas. And as far as accident reconstruction related education, I passed the ACTAR exam. ACTAR is an association for accident reconstruction people. You can take an exam and demonstrate your ability and skills in accident reconstruction. I passed that a couple of years ago. I've attended a number of courses on accident reconstruction through the Society of Automotive Engineers and other organizations along the way. And I guess that's pretty much it.
Okay, and are you part of any kind of professional organizations?
Yeah, I'm a member of the Society of Automotive Engineers. I'm a member of the Arkansas Academy of Industrial Engineers. And then I guess I'm a member of ACTAR. I've also, as sort of a secondary, or another thing is I have completed a course to be a walkway auditor. They call it a WACH through the National Floor Safety Institute.
Okay. And have you authored any publications?
Yeah, I've not been the primary author, but I've participated in publication of a few papers regarding accident reconstruction.
And do you have expertise in determining velocity of vehicles?
Yeah, that'd be one of the primary duties of an accident reconstructionist.
How many of those kind of cases or analyses have you performed during the course of your career?
Over the past 20 years, I would have to estimate, but it's well over 500, possibly 1,000 accidents we've worked on.
Okay. You worked with laser scanners before?
Yes, sir.
And how accurate are they?
Well, when we bought our first scanner a number of years ago, Faro stated to us that they are accurate to 2 millimeters over a distance of 20 meters. And if you're not familiar with the metric system, they're 25.4 millimeters in an inch. So 2/25 is about a 1/12 of an inch over something like 60 to 80 feet.
So what is an accident reconstruction? What does that consist of?
Well, for me, the accident reconstruction is the process of collecting your information, whether that be through police accident reports, going out inspecting accident scenes, inspecting the accident vehicle, looking at photographs taken, video evidence, wherever you can collect your information, putting that together in a fashion that you can conduct the analysis. And if you're going to be in accident reconstruction, there's been a question asked, and so you're trying to put together information and perform the analysis to answer whatever question is posed.
What were you asked to do in this case?
In this case, I was asked to look at the speed of the vehicle, this Dodge Journey that was involved. One of the major tasks was to look at wheel rotation and time information supplied by Mark Johnson and determine vehicle speed from that information.
What information, what all data, what all information did you have during the course of your analysis?
Well, I was provided some photographs of the scene of the accident, had the vehicles there with paint marks around the tires. I looked at a couple of police reports, I think a crime scene report. I forget the title of the other one, but it was an investigation of the event. There was a diagram provided that was done, I think, by the police department. I read some affidavits from officers that were involved in the event. I looked at the point cloud information supplied by Mark Johnson. And that's all that I remember right now.
Okay. And have you ever testified before in your field as a forensic expert?
Like we were discussing before, I provide a lot of background work for a number of cases I've worked on, but I've given one deposition so far in Arkansas.
Okay. And as far as the actual work that you performed in this case, can you please summarize that briefly for the judge?
That would be primarily determining the speed of the car, which is in support of, Mark showing the motion of the car on his work. We looked at the tire rotational information as primary, source of information.
And so, Mark, Mr. Johnson, in his testimony describes some demonstratives that he put together, and within those demonstratives, there was a software program that he used to determine, put in the data, and then the software actually calculated the velocity. Were you able to independently confirm the velocities in those demonstratives?
Yeah, the tool that Mark used, he wanted me to take a look at it and verify that it was accurate. So I set up experiments in the software and of known distances and time so that I would know the velocity that should be reported by the software. Did that in single dimensions, 2 dimensions, circular dimension, and determined that it is reporting an accurate speed that he's showing.
Okay, and what velocities did you calculate in this case?
Well, we start. The primary focus was to determine the speed of the vehicle from the moment it left the fence back until the first shots were fired, and so that's what we looked at.
And can you give us a number value of what kind of velocities we're talking about?
Right. There were about 5 or 6 video clips that we used that showed the tires of the vehicle clearly, and we were able to calculate speeds ranging from 2.4 to about 3.1 miles per hour as it came back.
All right, thanks, sir. I'll pass it.
Cross-examination.
Mr. Partain, were you in here when we were speaking to Mr. Johnson?
But yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Okay. Would you know some of those distances that he used?
I looked at them. I don't have them, fresh in my memory right now. We can certainly get those for you. The way that the point cloud works, maybe I can try to help, is the scanner does collect millions of data points. You end up taking several scans of a site. The way the scanner works is the laser can record whatever it sees. So imagine if you're in a dark room and you have a flashlight and you're looking at a desk, you can see the front of the desk, but you cannot see behind the desk. So we'll move the scanner behind the desk and we'll take a scan from there. The software is pretty sophisticated and it'll lock all of those together and get a complete scene. So we'll probably have 10 million, 100 million data points.
I understand.
Oh, sorry.
We'll probably start talking about the starting point and the ending points you used. So the measurements I'm looking for,
I don't have it in front of me, but we can definitely get you that. That's right.
okay. And so I'm gonna want the distance from when the car backed up to hit the squad car,
Yes, ma'am.
the distance the car traveled,
Yes, ma'am.
the distance it traveled from the moment it collided with the squad car to hit the fence,
Okay.
the distance it traveled, start to end, and the distance from the fence to the first shots were fired, how far it traveled during the volley of shots, and then the distance from the end of the first volley of shots to the beginning of the next. Do you understand the measurements I want?
Yes, ma'am. I'm pretty sure we can get you the measurement from where the vehicle started to when the first shot happened. And I'm pretty sure we can get you the rest of that as well. We can definitely get the rest position of the vehicle, and we should be able to determine everything you want.
Okay. May I approach the witness, Your Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Partain, I just want you to look. These are going to be the photographs your colleague set aside saying that the ones that he said he relied upon, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you agree with me that these are the exhibits that you relied upon?
Definitely looked at these along with other photographs, that's for sure. Yes, ma'am.
Showing you defense exhibit number 11. You said that one of the things that you were given was a diagram by the Dallas Police Department. Is this the diagram you were given?
That looks familiar, yes. I'm not, at least it's, the one I saw maybe had a dimension along here, but it's a different version, or it's this exact drawing. I don't have it in memory.
Okay. And defense exhibit number 6. Have you seen this before?
Definitely have not seen a photograph with boxes on it like that. This appears to be the police diagram off to the side. Distance travel. So, yeah, I see he's representing a distance traveled there, but no, I have not seen that exhibit.
Thank you, sir. How, is it fair to say, and I'm going to oversimplify, the way you calculated the speed was based upon the time that elapsed and the distance traveled?
Yes, yep, yes, that's it.
And you used the body cam videos, the photographs, and your scans?
Yes.
How much do you bill per hour?
$215 an hour.
Do you know how much you've billed so far in this case?
No, I can get those hours for you, though.
By tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am.
And you said you've worked on accident reconstructionist cases before, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
How many?
You know, I don't keep a running total, but based off of the caseload, you know, that I remember, 500 to 1,000 different accidents.
500 to 1,000 different accidents?
That's what, over the course of 20 years, yes, ma'am.
Tell me what kind of situations that comes up.
What sorts of accidents?
Yes, sir.
Oh, we have reconstructed a lot of rollover accidents, rear end accidents, T-bone collisions, accidents involving airbags, seat belts, accidents involving heavy equipment, industrial equipment. I'm sure there are others, but that's the majority, I think.
Are the majority motor vehicle?
Yes.
Okay, so all of those, that 500 to 1,000, are all of them motor vehicle or just some of them?
I would say the majority are automobiles.
Majority?
Well, you know, there's motorcycles and UTVs and four-wheelers, all of that stuff could be in there as well, but the majority are going to be automobiles. Some are heavy trucks, so if you want like a percentage of automotive accidents, I would say 80 to 90%.
Okay.
Is that what you're looking for?
Yes, sir. Can you tell me what speeds you calculated from the moment that from the moment the car started backing up to when it hit the squad car? What was the speed?
Well, we looked at a series of frames there, and I believe I calculated an average speed over that segment of about like 0.8, 0.9 miles per hour. Now, that's an average speed. The vehicle is starting from stop and gaining speed as it goes back to the car. The photogrammetry work done by Mark Johnson, I believe I show it struck the car at about 2 to 2.5 miles per hour.
It struck the car at that.
The journey would have been moving about 2 to 2.5 miles an hour when it impacted the squad car.
Okay, and then the next time it moved up, from the moment it leaves the point where it's collided with the squad car and it goes in forward motion, it hits the fence.
Right.
Speeds.
Well, we've got a video clip showing the tire as it's approaching. You know, it's moving behind that white van, and a few feet before the fence, based off of tire rotations, we are getting a speed of about 2.8, 2.93 miles an hour. But the car is possibly still accelerating after that, so it could be going a little bit faster when it impacts the fence.
And then the speed before the first gunshot.
So we have a clip from, I believe it's Officer Hopkins, that captures the car just prior to the first shots fired. And the average speed for that segment based off wheel rotation was about 3.1 miles per hour.
3.1 miles per hour?
Yes, ma'am, if memory serves me right.
And that's from Officer Hopkins?
That's going off memory, but that's what I recall.
Have you ever worked a collision firsthand?
What do you mean firsthand?
Have you ever responded to a scene and worked a collision?
No.
Have you ever worked in law enforcement?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any examples where a motor vehicle moving at walking speed has caused death?
No, ma'am.
You don't have any of those, or just you can't think of one?
This could be the lowest speed that, you know, I've ever analyzed. Usually vehicles at this speed, there's not a lot of risk of injury. And so since we're dealing with collisions mostly, the speeds are generally higher.
That opinion that vehicles moving at that speed, there's not a lot of risk of injury, is that something you intend to testify in front of the jury?
Not unless I'm asked, no.
What did you base that opinion on?
I guess just personal experience.
But it's not something that you've researched and you're not basing it off of any kind of scientific data?
No, ma'am, no.
It's not something you've actually even researched specifically?
No, I felt like you asked, so I answered your question, but I won't be, you know, I won't be saying that in trial.
You don't feel like you're an expert qualified to testify to that?
I wouldn't say injury causation is my area and that's in that area, and so I wouldn't offer an opinion on that, I don't think. Not in this case.
Okay, I need better than you don't think.
Okay, no, I won't.
Is the speed calculated on actual speed or estimated speed?
This is pretty definitive. I mean, we are seeing a tire rotating on video, and that's in contact with the pavement. So there'd be very little error in it.
Nothing else.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Very good. May this witness step down.
Thank you.
Go ahead, we'll see you tomorrow. Make sure you bring those things that she asked you to bring, I would appreciate it. And once we have those, then I will hear arguments of counsel about the admissibility of their opinions. Is there anything else we need to put on the record this afternoon? Mr. Lewis?
Nothing further from the state. I guess we're going to wait on the defense experts for their hearing.
I haven't made determinations yet.
Yes.
Okay, and as far as, we're gonna finish, is there gonna be another hearing, or are we just gonna provide information to the defense?
I suspect that there will be a very brief hearing after the information is supplied. I mean, I feel like once that information is supplied, that their testimony is going to be admissible. But I hesitate because I don't know. I want to hear from Ms. Madsen in that regard.
Yes, sir.
So, is there anything else?
That's from the state, Your Honor.
Ms. Madsen?
Yeah,
Okay, that's it. Court's in recess. Thank you. See you tomorrow. What I'd like for you to do, off the record now,